that he did not come to destroy, but what he came to do was to fulfill, to finish it, to finish what was already started, to finish the law that was already given to Moses. This law is not done away with. The oppressor, the oppressor does not want us to obey God's laws. The oppressor is living on his own lust, making money off of us for years and years, enslaving us. We're still enslaved, and we're just blind and don't know it for years and years. And it's going to continue as long as we keep following our oppressor, as long as we want to be like our oppressor, as long as the oppressor can tell you, the oppressor would tell you can do anything against our God. He would tell you you can date the same sex. That's what he'll tell you. You can join the alphabet community. It's all right. You can get married. Your pastor agree with him. He'll tell you, come to the church and get married. He'll let the guy that thinks he's a gal come and lead the choir. Come bang on the tambourine. Come get you a special position in the church because you're so special. You're not special at all. It's an abomination. The oppressor doesn't want you to obey these laws, so God would not be with us. It's one of our curses. Let me get verse 18, Salakia.
Verse 18, for verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass.
Salakia. Till heaven and earth pass, what's that mean? Till heaven and earth pass means till heaven is gone and till earth is gone, and neither of them are gone. Right. The earth isn't going anywhere. This rock's going to be here for a very long time. It's not going anywhere. He said, until heaven and earth pass, keep going.
One jot or one tittle.
Not one jot, not one line, not one letter should be taken out of this Bible. Should be not one of these words should be erased, eradicated. None of these words should be evaporated. Every line, every sentence of this Bible should be followed down to the T. You don't get to pick and choose like your pastor does. Let's skip over this law. It's a little too tough for them. No, you got to listen to every last law in the Bible. Every commandment he gives you, you must follow. And until we do so, until we get in line, we're going to be in the same predicament that we're in now, enslaved. Keep going.
One jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law.
It's like, what's a tittle? Babakasha? What's a tittle?
Would it be a dot? I mean, the crossing of a T, maybe?
I believe it's the first one.
The dot?
I believe it's the dot. Sir?
Yes, like, I mean, it's I think the emphasis is just, it's like, imagine the dot of an I or the dot of
kind,
right? It's just a small, tiny piece of a letter. Like, it's not even an entire character.
Kind.
Understand? The emphasis is don't even take off a piece of a letter. You understand?
Kind.
A piece of a character. You know, Hebrew, we have character. You understand?
Kind.
So the emphasis or the spirit behind that is don't even take off a piece of a letter.
Kind.
You understand?
Kind.
What it actually is. It's he's saying don't take nothing off of it.
Kind.
And that's crystal clear for all you pastors out there that need, you understand, a resource class or something.
Kind. It sounds like a father or a leader is giving us a strict order not to change anything. But some people can't stomach that. So they let you live on your own lust so they can get you to keep coming back every Sunday. That's what they do, and that's what they're going to continue to do as long as we allow it. But here in the ISUPK, we're not allowing that at all. You come here, we're going to teach you the law, statutes, commandments without changing one jot, one tittle, one word. We're keeping everything. That's how One West does it since 1969. Let me get the last bit of that.
Till all be fulfilled.
Till all be fulfilled. Use fulfilled again until it's complete. And this work is not complete. Christ is not back. Christ has not returned. Until Christ returned, this law is going to stand. And we're going to stand on it here in the ISUPK under command of General Yohana. I don't know what your pastor's teaching, but you need to get up out of there and get up into these classes and learn you the law. That's what you need to do. because we out here, we learning the law. It's some brothers and sisters out here that's living it. You think it can't be done, it can, because your pastor will tell you, oh, no, nobody's perfect. You don't have to do that. Christ did away with those laws. That's in the Old Testament. That's a lie. That's a lie. These verses are coming out the New Testament. Let me get verse 19. Baba Kasha.
Verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
So lock here. Right there. That's a heavy verse for you. Whosoever, anybody, that's anyone in this world that breaks one of the least commandments, the slightest one, the one you think that doesn't mean anything. Oh, we can eat pork. You think that, it doesn't mean anything. When you eat all the lobster, all the dirty shellfish, think it doesn't mean anything. You break one of these least commandments, and then you go on top of that and you teach others to do so for your pastors and the churches, these mosques, all these so-called religions nowadays that are teaching to do the exact opposite of what the Lord says when it's written clearly that one jot nor tittle shall come to pass. They shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. I don't want to find out what the least is. Keep going.
But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge and the Commander General Yohana.
That's right.
That's what that sounds like to me. We teach our people, Hispanics, blacks, the so-called Native Indians. We teach them the law, the statutes and the commandments. We teach them about brotherhood. We teach them without regards to their feelings, how they might feel to this law. Like, oh, he might can't take that. No, we tell brothers soon they come in this truth, the truth. You need to stop smoking the weed. Right. You're gonna need to cut those dreads out of your hair. Right. You're going to need to date women that are within your race, Hispanic, Black, Native Indians. You're going to either get in lines before you get up in this class, get in all Black. You're going to listen to some rules when you come in here. Right. You're not just going to come and sit down, do what you want, leave, do what you want without getting checked. You're going to get checked out about all that.
Right. It's a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? The Christian church, man, they're going to tell you, they're going to let you do whatever you want. Not only let you do whatever you want to do, but they have this impressive way of convincing people that all the bull crap that they're doing, all the disgusting lusts that they have, all the lascivious lifestyles, all the alternative lifestyles are somehow okay with the Most High. You understand? Like, and that's deception, man.
That's right.
Deception, and that's a tactic that the Christian pastors, in our communities have learned from the oppressor. You understand? That's that silver tongue. You know what they said? That old talk, that old hustler mentality. You understand? It was it's likely not to be long with it, but it was just a news article right here on on the eastern shore of a damn pastor in Laurel, Delaware.
That's right.
That just got convicted, just pled guilty to stealing money from the church and then using that money to buy inappropriate pictures from a minor. You understand? From a child. That's your pastor, man. A slick hustler, just they steal and they tell you, just talk real smooth to you, give you smooth words, tell you things that'll make you feel good, right? But then ISUPK, man, the words of the Most High, man, this wisdom that we get from His laws, we don't get told just what we want to hear, man. We get told what's actually beneficial for us to hear and understand. You understand? And when you apply it, so somebody in the chat was just saying, "Oh man, the Bible ain't valid, this or that." Listen, man, then go smoke crack. You understand? The Bible ain't valid to you.
That's right.
What I'm saying is this playbook that we've been given from the Most High is absolutely effective. It is a championship playbook, and we'll see in the end.
Kind out of one kind. As a wise captain in the truth told me before, the Bible was written aforetime. That is for now. It's for later. From the past, it's going to work, and it's always going to be right. It's the answer. It's the answer to all our brothers and sisters' problems. Get back to these law, statutes, commandments. Get in the truth. Get back under the Lord. Get our faith back. Put our culture back on. Wonder why everything we do, everybody want to be like us. We the salt of the earth. We get back to following these law, statutes, commandments. The Lord is going to be with us. We won't be slaves no more.
Right.
So like, let me get Matthew chapter 19, verse 17.
The book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 17. And he said unto him, why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God. But if thou wilt enter unto life, keep the commandment.
So you wanna get into the kingdom, you got to keep these commandments.
Right.
It's no other way. It's no way around it. So I don't know what they're teaching, telling you can, anything you want to do, pretty much you can do it, as long as you apologize. ? Now you got to do something different. You got to dedicate yourself to the Lord. You got to show your faith by works. If the law, you keep this law, the Lord will be behind you. No law is hard. It's brothers that's here doing it. It's sisters that's here doing it, living it out, doing it to the fullest. Is it going to be easy? It might not be, but I'm not going to tell you it's going to be like your pastor be. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm not going to tell you, oh, it's easy. It's a piece of cake. Just do it. Anybody can do it. Your pastor will tell you what you want to hear. And that's the problem with us today. It's a problem with all our communities, all our neighborhoods. We're listening to people that just don't care about the law. And 9/10 of it is coming from our oppressor who just leading us into destruction. We're just the lost sheep being led into destruction. You want to enter into life, you need to keep his commandments. Because these Christian, the so-called Christian pastors, they'll tell you that that Christ did away with the laws, and because we're under grace, and we're no longer under the law. I see it was a young lady posted that on one of these social networks the other day, that we're not under the law. We're something about grace, because of grace. Obviously, she has not been reading this and to one jot nor one tittle. They've been skipping out a whole lot of verses. Let me get Romans chapter 6.
Romans chapter 6, verse 1.
And what testament are these books coming out of?
The New Testament.
Say it again.
The New Testament.
Which one?
The New Testament.
Kind one kind. Better read that for me, please. Baba Kasha.
Romans chapter 6, verse 1. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin?
That's the question. So what shall we say? Since we're under grace, so what shall we continue in sin? This is
The cat just asked this question on TikTok. You understand? He said it's impossible to keep all of the laws. That's why God gave us grace. That's literally what the dude just typed, right? So you just went to Romans chapter 6, verse 1, and it's asking, kind of like it's a response to that question. You get what I'm saying? What about grace? Go ahead, you got it again from the top. You got it.
Romans chapter 6 and verse 1. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin?
For you online, shall we continue in sin since we're under grace?
That grace may abound. Verse 2. God forbid.
Salakia. God forbid. That's a strong comment from let Christ taught you that his Father forbids that you continue in sin. Grace is not a period where you can just do what you want. You have a grace period here in life now with all types of slavery. You get a grace period to pay your bills. They're not saying not pay your bills. They still want that money. They still want what's theirs, and they're gonna get it as soon as that grace period is over. You're gonna have to answer. You're gonna have to answer for them sins. You better keep that law, brother or sister.
Again, just with that grace, it says, shall we continue in sin so that grace may abound? It's like you go to court, right? Let's say you made some mistakes. You done some stuff that was jacked up. You sold some drugs. You know what I mean? You hurt somebody. You slapped your woman across the head, right? And you go to court, and the judge says, you know what? I'm gonna give you a break. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have mercy on you. I'm going to give you some grace, right? I'm going to have some mercy on you. I'm not going to, put you into jail till you old and gray. I'm gonna give you another chance to go do this. Okay, so you've been given some grace. So what should you do in response to that? Huh? You should go out there and slap her again. Go out there, re-up, cop more weight. Huh? No, you should it's all about grace. No, dumb. The grace part is for you to realize you should be dead for this dumb stuff you've done. You shouldn't be punished for this dumb stuff you've done. There should be consequences.
That's right.
But you've been given grace. If you listen into this broadcast, everything we saying is against the Most High and against the Bible. The fact that you're able to hear this now and that you ain't dead because of your sins, that was the grace.
That's the grace.
So what you gonna do now? You just been given a break. What you gonna do? We'll get off of this live stream and go get high. Get off of this live stream,
right?
And go live your alternative lifestyle. What are you gonna do? Go worship other gods? That's what you gonna do? No sweat. You go ahead and keep rolling the grace dice. You understand? But in ISUPK, we're gonna be perfect, man.
That's right.
You got it.
You can be perfect. Don't let your pastor tell you wrong. That's the first thing I tell you. Nobody's perfect. I'm going to give you some more on that in case that wasn't enough. Let me get verse 15.
Verse 15. What then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law?
Double down on it. You'll see this all throughout the Bible. It's written clear, crystal clear, over and over, line for line. It's telling you again the second time. Like, a good father does that, repeatedly repeats itself all your life. Don't do that. Don't do that. Put that down. Don't do it. Don't do it again. Put that down.
That's how you train someone.
Khan. He's been and trying to instill it in you that these things must be done. God forbid. Using strong words for you, not soft, not maybe, not just try. God forbid. Understand, God forbid. That's all you got to tell me. Under the Israelite School of Universal Practice. No, that's all you got to tell us. That's it. Yeah, what then? Shall we sin because we are not under law? That's a clear question. It's like, keep going for me.
But under grace. God forbid.
God forbid. Strong, too strong, powerful words again. God forbid. And brother, I do not want to know the consequences myself, because you've been given this grace period, the time to do right. Everybody thinks it's lollygag, do what you want. You're going to have to answer when Christ returns.
So like, we know the consequences, man.
We
know the consequences, man. Deuteronomy told us the consequences to not obeying our father's instructions, to not listening to our trainer. What he said? We'll be in captivity, taken into captivity on ships. Our children will be taken from us. We'll have to serve another nation.
We'll
be dying, young and old.
That's right.
We'll lose our identity, man. We'll lose our compass. That beautiful thing that the Most High gave the children of Israel. we'll discontinue from our inheritance, man.
That's right.
We're running around here thinking that we're Rastafarian, thinking that
Right.
we're Arabic,
Right.
thinking that we're Edomites. You
Right.
understand? Thinking that we're in the Geese, thinking we Chinese.
Greek.
You understand? We out here all confused, lost. But the consequences are still there, huh? Still oppressed, still suffering, still dying, and still ain't got no solutions from the people who we've been going to for the past 400 years for solutions, which is that Christian church. We got to get back to the Bible, man. We got to get back to the
That's
Most
right.
High, man, and what he said, man. Not what your pastor done conjured up with his gospel songs. Enough of that trash. You understand? The Bible talk about that. The Most High is sick of the songs from the Christian church, man. Your praise and worship team. The Most High wants obedience. Like any honorable good father wants obedience from his child, for his child's sake, man. That's the way it works. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it works. You got it.
And it's sad that we're being led by our own brothers and our own sisters in these churches that read the Bible and choose what they want to choose on their own behalf, under their own lust, whether it be money or molestation, whatever advantage that they're trying to gain in these churches when they're leading our people to pure destruction. It's written in the Bible, all throughout the Bible, that we need to keep these laws, statutes, commandments. And your pastors, they do not know the law at all. They claim they know God. They feel it. They just feel it in their chest. They teach you all the things that are not written in this Bible. It's all made up. They teach you a fairy tale. It just sounds so easy, so happy, doesn't it? It's just so easy to do. It's not going to be so easy to do at all. God forbid. Because pastors, your pastor, they know the laws and commandments. They choose not to follow them. They don't know the Lord. That's for sure. If they did, they will follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. They will follow them down to the T. Every jot, every tittle. Can we get 1 John chapter 2, verse 3? We'll tell you, we're going to get into this and let you know how you know the Lord. Since the pastors are teaching people that they know the Lord so well, and teaching people that you can do what you want. You can come get married to your brother to brother, sister to sister in church. Tell you can do any drug you want to. Hey, just go get some water through on your head the next day. Get water through on your head every Sunday. It'll work. For them. 1 John chapter 2, verse 3.
1 John chapter 2 and verse 3. And hereby we do know that we know him, if we keep his commandments.
Next time your pastor says they know the Lord, check and see if your pastor is keeping those commandments. Check and see if he's teaching his church to keep the commandments, or is he telling everybody that the law is done away with? Check your pastor, man. You can ask all the questions you want to these priests and these prophets under the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. You get your questions answered truthfully. If we answer the questions through the Bible, we don't answer under our own lust, anything in our own mind. We're going to open the Bible out. We're going to give you the verse, the book, chapter, verse, the word down to the T. Not one thing is going to change. And hereby we know him if we keep his commandments. If we keep his commandments. Keep his commandments. Keep his commandments. Out of the New Testament, we get verse 4.
Verse 4.
It's like
That's like that crush a lot of that you know what I mean, that Christian jargon. You know what I mean, what they call it, damn you know how they say they got their own personal relationship with God.
Sir.
You know, the Bible says if you got a relationship with God, right? If you know him like that, well, there's only one thing that you could be doing that would be evidence of that.
That's right.
You understand? And that's keeping his commandments. You find yourself talking about not keeping the commandments of the Most High, then you ain't serving the Most High, man. You serving Satan.
That's right.
You said you serving Satan, You know, you serving your dumb self. You serving
Yourself.
some other gods. You serving some other garbage, man. You serving weakness, man. You
That's
understand?
right.
It takes strength to serve the Lord, man.
That's
It
right.
takes courage and damn, you know, honor and dignity and discipline to serve the Most High. You understand? The Most High God don't want, like, anybody could just follow, you know, march to the beat of their own drum.
That's right.
How hard is that?
That's right.
Huh? Ain't that what a damn 2-year-old does?
That's right.
Running around your house tearing up every damn thing?
That's right.
Ain't the 2-year-old just marching to the beat of their own drum?
That's right.
But it ain't appropriate, is it? It ain't good for them, is it? Ain't that little, what about the 9 months, you know, 10 months old, start crawling around, eating everything off the floor?
That's right.
They follow in their heart, right? Their heart saying, pick that penny up, you know, put that penny in your mouth.
Kawaka.
Pick up whatever it is and put it in your mouth. You know, put your finger in that light socket.
Kawaka.
Young girl ain't so smart, is it? Yeah. Listen to the Most High, man. Listen to the Bible, man. Get in this ISUPK under some brothers that will lead you and direct you according to the Most High, man. Upon the Commander General Yohana, on how to get some strength about you.
That's
Stop
right.
being so damn weak, putting everything in our mouth. That's what we are. We children that gobble up anything that our oppressor throws us. Any old holiday tradition, any old custom, any old vain, you know, a tradition, worshiping some other god. Look, everybody, look, what's tomorrow? According to the calendar, it's April 20th. Our oppressor has taught us to get as high as we can.
That is right.
Because the date is 420. Huh? A whole damn community, a whole ritual that we just take and put in our mouths. You know what I'm saying? And
That's right.
Gobble it up because, you know, we ain't got no compass. But if we listen to the Most High, if we listen to his instruction, we won't get high just because it's 420. You understand? We won't get high ever. The Most High ain't got no use for no weak, pathetic, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Man that can't beat an addiction, man. Get in here and learn how to fight. All y'all in these comments, man, wanting to bail out your pastors. You want smooth words. Y'all in these comments, you just want to worship everything and put everything in your mouth. Go ahead, man.
That's right.
We're
Kawaka.
not stopping you. But if somebody's tired of that life, if somebody's tired of the consequences of just putting every damn thing in your mouth, you know what I'm saying? I mean that in all capacities. You know what I'm saying? In these classes, man, ask real questions and be willing to hear the answer, man. Even though that answer might not be what soothes you, you know, the answer might be you're wrong and dumb for everything you've been doing.
That's right.
You got to change. Don't nobody teach that. Don't nobody teach change. The pathetic you that you used to be, man, try it out. Try changing once. Come to ISUPK, meet a bunch of brothers and sisters who've actually changed, man. Change is good. Change is good, and it's crazy because all
That's
we're
right.
doing is changing back to that sound doctrine that
right.
was given to us by the Most High, man.
That's
That
right.
was given to Adam, that was given to Moses. You
That's
understand?
right.
That was given to our forefathers, man, that we got so far away from. That's why it's foreign to us. But when you get back into it, you cut again. The 54th Passover was crazy because that's always to me it's a big visual experience. You know, visual, physical.
That's right.
Of like this is what it's supposed to be like, man. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man, all together serving the Most High. Ain't nobody getting high. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody fighting. It's just you know, it's the kingdom of heaven, man. You got it, y'all got it.
Kawaka. That's heavy what you said. Stop serving yourself for once in your life. Like to stand by these laws, statutes, commandments. You're not going to be able to serve yourself and keep up with these laws, statutes, and commandments. There's no way. And we do everything because the oppressor said so. Tomorrow's 420. What's everybody going to do? Because he said it's legal now. It's legal. So everything that's legal, you're going to do. Everything that your oppressor tells you that's legal, you're going to go out and do it, no matter how much destruction it brings to you and your family. No matter how you might lose your job the next day when they ask you to pee in the cup, you're going to go out and do it anyway because it's legal. Your job doesn't seem to think it's legal. Christ doesn't either, and you're going to have to pay. It stops. Sure.
It's legal to plug a fork in a light socket. It's legal.
Legal to kill yourself.
It's legal now.
The oppressor leading us to destruction, brothers and sisters. Stop serving yourself for once. Serve something bigger. Teach our brothers and sisters something that's bigger than ourselves for once, so we can get our nation out of the slums, please. It's time, Israel. You see what everything in the Bible is happening. It's been happening. We've been cursed. It's been happening, and we act like we don't even notice it. And what's next to happen out of Revelation is so heavy. It's falling into play right now as we speak every day. And let's not be blind to that, Israel. Let's get back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. Christ is going to return. These rumors of war that are spreading, they're real. These different nations coming together, they're about to have war. It's going to be another world war. You better get back to keeping these laws, statutes, commandments, because God forbid you don't. What was that? Salakia. Yeah, let me finish that verse 4. Let me get that verse 4. 1 John chapter 2, verse 4. Baba Kasha.
1 John chapter 2, verse 4. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments.
So if you say you know him, like I said, check your pastors. If he said he know God and this is how he knows him, he's giving you some reason why he knows him. Let's see if he really knows him. Keep going.
Is a liar.
He's a liar. Check your pastor. See if he's keeping these commandments, or see if your pastor is a liar. I'm betting that he's a liar. I will bet my house on it. I'll bet the world on it that he is a liar. Keep going.
And the truth is not in him.
The truth is not in him, not one bit. He's going to continue to follow and envy the oppressor because he's making a few dollars, or he's serving himself. He's not serving the Lord. That's one of our biggest problems in the nation. We tend to serve ourselves so much that was so heavy what you brought. It's got to stop. When is it going to stop? You got to serve the Lord. The Lord wants us to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. As much as you don't want to, that lust is calling your name. That's just as much times 10 the Lord wants you to not fall victim to your lust. He does not want you to serve yourself. You're not even really serving yourself. You're serving the oppressor. You're serving somebody that you think is yourself, but you are serving the oppressor. You're doing just what he wants you to do, how he wants you to do it, when he wants you to do it. You're going to do it when he wants you to do it tomorrow. You're going to do it when he wants you to do it on the next big day, even if it's celebrating the death of your own brothers and sisters, because the oppressor wants you to do it. You're going to do it. You're going to buy gifts. You're going to go out and buy turkeys on days that your brothers and sisters were slaughtered because your oppressor wants you to. God forbid. Let me get some more on that. Let me get 1 John chapter 3, verse 4.
1 John chapter 3.
I've been going heavy on the pastors. Let's get back to our brothers and sisters who ain't pastors. Okay, let's see what's going to happen with us now when we think that we can still sin. We think that this law is done and away with. I'll show you it is not done and away with at all. Bible Salaki.
1 John chapter 3 and verse 4. Whosoever
okay
committeth sin transgresseth also the law.
Salaki. What's transgressive mean for the ones who might not know? We got that.
Go against, break the law.
Let me see. I'm gonna get them the correct definition. That is correct. I'm gonna get them to give it to him straight up and down.
1 second.
The water. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law. We'll break that transgressive down for you, so in case anybody is trying to still act like they don't understand, so they can serve themselves. We're gonna let you hear it today. You're not gonna get up out of here and think you got one word to skip over. Not today.
I got it.
Go ahead.
Transgression, according to Google Oxford Languages, transgression, an act that goes against a law, rule, or code of conduct.
An offense. What's an offense when you go to court? You about to suffer a consequence. That's what's going to happen. you break the law, that's transgressive. Who committed sin has broken the law. So when you committing sin and you think these laws are done and away with and you can sin because you're under grace, just know when you sin, you break the law. That's heavy metal for you. It's said right there clearly for you. Keep going.
Verse 5.
No,
For sin,
Come on,
let me
come.
go from the beginning.
Con.
Right. Verse John chapter 3 and verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law.
And double down on it again. Your father repeating himself for you over and over. Repeating itself. This has got to be a very important verse. He repeats itself in the same verse for you. Whosoever committed sin transgresseth again also the law. Salakia. It then tells you again clearly, for sin is transgression of the law. And the same right at the isn't that how you would teach your child in case they think that they heard you wrong? You make sure they didn't hear you wrong before they even ask the question. You tell them, you double down on it. And if you think you're going to do that, you still think you're going to break this law. Well, let me tell you again. For sin is transgression of the law. He double downs and clears it up for you. You cannot sin. You sin, you're breaking the law till this day. We're under grace to get this law corrected. You've been given some time to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, and that is just it. You're still under law, and you're going to always be under law. It's not going to change. It's not going to erase or evaporate. It's going to be here till heaven and earth pass. It's going to be here. Let me get 1 John chapter 5 verse 3. The law is not done away with. It's not going anywhere. If anybody tells you so and they're the leader of your religious group, organization, whatever, run out of there. Get out of there. Get out of that establishment. You don't need to teach your family that at all. It's pure destruction. Whether you're the Bible is so practical. People say, "Oh, it's been hindered. It's not real." Like this is only going to lead you to great things. Anybody telling you to do wrong, like they're telling you, Salaki, they're telling you to go hurt yourself. That's what they're telling you to do. They're telling you to go and kill yourself, go cause harm to yourself and your family. Teach them that it's okay. It's okay to do whatever you want, and that is just not the case at all. Because they don't follow your pastor does not follow the law, statutes, commandments. They do not have love for the Lord like they claim to do. They do not know him like they claim they do. They're not keeping his commandments. They have no care whatsoever. They serve themselves. And until we understand that, we're gonna be in destruction for forever. Salaki.
It's like I was just gonna say, man, like you can't teach a child that.
Can't.
You can't raise a child to just do whatever they want, man. You would be a damn CPS will come take your child from you. You understand? You're an unfit parent. And we have unfit leadership as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's what all of the issues in the Black community that every politician runs his platform on, you know what I'm saying, fixing the Black community, right? Fixing the crime in the community, fixing the poverty, fixing the schools, fixing this, fixing that in the Black community, selling Black people a whole bunch of hope and dreams.
Hoop dreams
that they never deliver on. You understand?
Con.
Again, an unfit leadership, man. But again, the only thing that can actually fix the Black community is turning back to these laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
That teach us that we can't be a drug dealer. It's part of our culture. Our culture is not dealing drugs. We're not drug dealers.
That's right.
You understand? Our culture it hinges on brotherhood.
That's right.
So man, you put that up in some foundational tenets. You understand? Listen, now we ain't fighting each other. We ain't murdering each other. We ain't sleeping with each other's wives. You understand? We not gossiping about brothers behind their backs and then stabbing them up. We got youth that don't understand brotherhood. You can thank
That's
the Christian church for that, man.
Yes,
That
sir.
shooting that just took the 2 shootings that just took place on the Eastern Shore this past weekend.
Con.
You can thank the Christian church for that.
Con, that's
man.
right.
Our youth don't know how to be brothers to each other. They don't know what brotherhood is. Sit up in the church behind some sassy pastor crying about, you know what I mean, his issues. I saw a pastor crying, complaining to the congregation for not buying him an expensive enough watch, man.
That's right.
This is who we follow. This is who we rather lead us. Nah, man, you better get up in this truth, man. If you're Black, Hispanic,
That's right.
American, and you sick of the same old, the same destroyed condition of our community, there's only one solution for it, man. And that's to get up in this ISUPK under Commandant General Yohana and learn how to.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Who the Most High raised his children to be, man.
That's right. Like you said, got to put back on our culture. This killing each other. We learned this from someone else. This is not our culture. This gangster ways, selling drugs, wanting to be what are all the old movies? They all start off as old mafia gangsters that were not our people at all. If you understand, we learned this fake life that they want us to think that is so great that, oh, you can get a couple of dollars if you sell cocaine. You can be Godfather. You can be the man out here. You can drive around, do what you want. And they were all pale faced people in all of these 3-hour movies that you used to watch. They were all pale faces. They were not us at all. Get back into our culture, keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. Let me get you got that for me, 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. Let me get that.
1 John chapter 5 and verse 3. For this is the love of God.
So here's the love of God. Let's get some of that.
That we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous.
Once again, I believe I've been repeating this the whole entire night. For the love of God is that we keep his commandments, and it's telling you again, like a good father would tell you when I don't think I can do it, and where your pastor tell you nobody's perfect. No, he's telling you, and these commandments are not grievous, meaning they are not hard. They're not. It's not going to hurt you. It's something that's not going to kill you. It's not severe. I believe that's the definition. It's you're not going to be a severe pain trying to keep these commandments. He's not asking you to do something that is going to hurt you. Unlike our pastors, unlike our oppressor, unlike any other religious group or organization that's out here leading you to believe that these laws are done in away with. If somebody is teaching you that these laws are done in a way with, get out of there, because let me from the top one time for me to wrap this up.
1 John chapter 5 and verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
All right, and with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to priest and officer Maserat Ya'ala. Shalom, Israel.
Right, this is the ISUPK security announcements. We're at ISUPK under commanding General Yohana. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3, 8 through 10. My Ishua means a tenth in Hebrew. 10% of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department. Priest fund, free will offering for the priest, not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like. And with that, we're going to give courtesy salute to the teacher. Men Israel, Mariam, means stand. Mariam Shabbat, Amadi, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Barakatah. Yahya Matah, hands down. We're going to give courtesy salute to the sisters. Sisters, men of Israel, Amadium, means stand. Mariam Shabbat, Amadium, Barak, Yahweh Shabbat, Al-Tam Ba'ashem Al-Shah. And with that, class dismissed.